Welcome to Premium WedSite. I'm excited to show you how quickly and easily you can set up your wedding website utilizing all the built-in tools that are included in Premium WedSite. So I'm going to be showing you this video and walking you through the process using some pre-prepared content. But keep in mind, it may take you a little bit to gather some of your content, including the wedding party bios, the photos of your wedding party, writing your story. So keep in mind, it may take you a little bit to get that content together, but I'm going to show you how quickly and easily it is to get everything up and running. So when you signed up for your wedding website, you should have received an email that looks pretty similar to this. And you'll notice here that what I have selected is the link to log in. So this is your unique sign-in page. So johnandSally.premiumwebsite.com/wplogin.php. That's your unique URL. So yours is going to have your title here. So I have that open here in another tab, and I'm going to show you here in just a second. And then I'm going to log in here using the credentials that I used when I set up this test account here. So you're going to log in with your unique username and password. Type that in and click login. And you're going to come across the dashboard. So this is home base. This is what you see when you log in. You should see exactly what we're looking at here. And you'll see some links here, some quick links as we call them. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Add Your Bridesmaids. We're going to go ahead and dive right in. So once that screen loads, you're going to come across the list of bridesmaids that have been already added to the template when you set up the site. So those are some placeholder bridesmaids. So right now we have a couple of different options. The first option being we can go ahead and just click on them and edit them. Edit them each individually, change the name, change the bios. The second option is to actually delete these and start fresh. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to select them, click Move to Trash, and click Apply. And once that loads, we'll start with the clean slate. Here we go. And I'm going to click on Add New to add a new bridesmaid. So as I mentioned, I have some pre-prepared content here. I'm going to go to that document, and I'm going to select the bridesmaid's name, Samantha Horner, and place it in the box here. I'm going to go back. She's the maid of honor, so I'm going to select that here. And now select the bio. Copy and paste that into the text field here. And last but not least, the fun part is setting that image of your bridesmaid. So here's where it gets kind of cool. You can select each image one by one and upload them. And we use some drag and drop functionality here. So I'm going to go drag and drop the picture of Samantha Horner here. However, in this case, since we're going to be utilizing all of these images here, to save ourselves some time, we can go ahead and upload them all at once. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Actually, I'm going to deselect Samantha Horner since I just uploaded her, and then upload the rest. So it may take a moment for these to load since we're uploading several images at once. All right, now that those are loaded, we can go ahead and select Samantha Horner and click the orange button to set the image. Take a second for her to pop up there. There she is. Now we're going to go ahead and click Publish. All right, we're all set. Adding our first bridesmaid. We're going to continue the process and click Add New again. And we're going to repeat the same exact process again. Go back to my document here. Copy and paste Elizabeth Berkshire. Now I'm going to copy and paste the bio. You can notice here she's Matron of Honor, so I'm going to select that as her title right here. And then we're going to set that image once again. Now we don't need to upload the images because we've already done so. So we can just go ahead and click on her, select it, and then set the image. Wait a second for it to load here. Once we see her, we'll know we're good to go. There we go. Now click Publish. And we're all set. Let's go ahead and click Add New once again. Again, we're going to repeat that same process. Go back to my document of content here. Now for you, you might be manually typing these in, and that's okay. It might take you a little bit longer to write the bios, but the process will be the same. I'm just starting here with some pre-prepared content. Now she's just a bridesmaid. Set that image. Wait for the media library to load. Here we go. And select the photo for Maddie Chan. All right, we're ready to publish. And now we're going to repeat that process one last time. Click Add New once again to add that last bridesmaid. I'm going to go back to my document here. Copy the name for Amanda Fleetwood. Copy and paste the bio. She's just a normal bridesmaid, so we'll just select that here in the title. And click Publish. Actually, I just realized I forgot to set the image, so that's no problem. I'm just going to go back and set the bridesmaid image. Grab that picture here. Set image. And now I'll be updating, since I've already published it. And we're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and reorder the bridesmaids here. You can see how easy it is to reorder them. So in case you added one out of order or you decided you want it to be in a slightly different order than you initially added them, you can go ahead and visually drag and drop them here. So for this example, let's switch Amanda Fleetwood and Maddie Chan. We're going to click Update Order. Give that a second to load. And then last but not least, we're going to save settings. And the order has been updated. Now, the process for adding groomsmen is exactly the same as what we just did for bridesmaids. For the sake of this video, I'm not going to walk you through that process, but keep in mind it's exactly the same. And you can, again, choose to edit or start fresh and add new groomsmen. But let's go ahead and dive into registries and show you what that looks like. So again, we can edit each registry here individually and replace the content, or we can delete them and start fresh. So I'm actually going to select all of them here, go to Move to Trash, and then click Apply so that we can start fresh adding some brand new registries for this example. Once that loads, go ahead and click Add New. Now we can type the name of the registry here. So I'm just going to go ahead and type in Target for this example. I'm going to go back to my document here, find my registries, and copy and paste that URL. Now, for most registries, you're going to have a unique wedding registry URL that the registry gives you when you sign up and register with them. Now, for this example, I don't have a custom registry, so I'm just going to use the main Target URL. But for you, it's going to be quite a bit longer. And then now what we need to do is select the registry company. So this is what is going to tell Premium WedSite what logo to display on the front end. So I'm going to go ahead and select Target. Keep in mind, this is a pretty extensive list of the most popular registries nationwide in America. However, if you do not see your registry here, go ahead and email registries@premiumwedsite.com, and we'll make sure we get it added for you. We want to make sure all your registries can be selected by your guests. So get Target selected. Now click Publish. And we're good to go adding that first registry. Now we're going to repeat that process and go ahead and click Add New again. Go back to my document here, see what else we have. All right, we have Bloomingdale's. Just going to copy and paste that URL. Again, your registry URL will be unique and it'll probably have a long string of words and characters after .com. Type in Bloomingdale's here. Oh, got to select the registry company here and click Publish. And you can add as many registries as you'd like. For this example, we're going to add 3. So as soon as this finished loading, we're going to add that last wedding registry here. Add New. Let's go back to my content document here. Copy and paste the URL for Bed Bath & Beyond. Bed Bath & Beyond here. And Bed Bath & Beyond is the first company, so it's already pre-selected. So we can go ahead and click Publish. And we're good to go adding our wedding registry. So now on the front end, the registry logos will display. So now we're going to go ahead and add some wedding events. So the wedding event shows the details of your wedding, the location, as well as a map, the address. So you can add as many different wedding events. Some weddings have several events over a course of a few days. Some weddings will have a ceremony location and a reception location. So you would actually add those as separate wedding events. We're going to go more the traditional route here, and we're just going to have 2 wedding events. One for the actual wedding, which will be the same location for both the ceremony and reception, and then one separate wedding event for the rehearsal dinner. But keep in mind, you can customize this as much as you'd like. And also keep in mind, if you do have separate locations for your ceremony and your reception, you're going to add those separately. And you would add New for that. But for this example, we're just going to go ahead and edit the existing wedding events that we have here as the placeholder content. I'm going to go ahead and click on Our Wedding. I'm going to give that a second to load here as I locate the address for the wedding. All right, I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste from my document here. Now this wedding event address, that first box you see there, this is what displays to the left of the map. So you can easily have your guest copy and paste it into their turn-by-turn navigation on their phone. You can easily read it and see that there. And then below that map, that's what's actually going to display on the map. So I'm going to copy and paste just the address here. And you'll notice that we have the drop-down, the autocomplete. You can't just paste it and then call it a day. You need to actually select it, click on it from that autocomplete here in that drop-down, and you'll see the map update. So you need to make sure you do that, otherwise the map will be incorrect. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the size here. That's the width and the height of the map. We'll leave that by default. And this bottom box here, this is what displays on the marker indicator right there. So you can put whatever you want there. Typically makes the most sense to have the address. But I'm going to put Our Wedding, and I'm going to tidy this up a bit here. It's a little messy, broke it up to too many lines. Put a comma after the city. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of United States because I think all my guests will know that we're talking about the United States. And here's where you can select your wedding event time. I'll change that to 5 p.m. I'm going to go ahead and keep this date here. Remember, this is just a fictional wedding, so this default content here is okay for the date. but you can change that to whatever the date of your wedding. All right, looks like we're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and click Update. All right. Now I'm going to navigate back to the main wedding events page so that we can edit the rehearsal wedding event, the rehearsal dinner. I'm going to go and click on rehearsal dinner so we can edit that. I'm going to navigate back to my document and grab that address for our rehearsal dinner. This is an actual real restaurant in Santa Barbara, California. Paste it in there. I'm going to make the box a little bigger so I could see it better. And copy just the address here so I can paste that into the map. And remember, you have to select it from the drop-down once the autocomplete kicks in. And once you click on that, you'll see the map update to the actual location. So you can do some cool stuff. You can zoom in if you'd like. I'm going to zoom way in here and get a better view of the actual area. And just for fun, I'm going to change it to satellite. And then I'm going to also update, make this bigger, update the marker description. I'm going to make it our rehearsal dinner. And again, just make this a little neater here. Too many lines. Put a comma after Santa Barbara. Get rid of United States, because that's implied. And it looks like we are good to go. So if you want, you could just have this be rehearsal dinner. But I think it makes the most sense to have the address on there too. We'll keep the date and time the same. And I'm going to go ahead and click Update. We're good to go on adding our wedding events. Now I'm going to navigate over to the All Pages section so that we can go ahead and edit the Our Story section of our premium website. So you'll see the list of our pages that are showing on the front end here. I'm going to go ahead and click on Our Story. You can see the default content here as the placeholder. We're just going to go ahead and select that, get rid of it. I'm going to paste in some Greek text here just for example's sake. So this would obviously be the story of how you and your fiance met. I want to add an image here just to make it a little more interesting. Too much text can be a little boring, so I'm going to add one of my images. However, if you want, you can upload images from Facebook, Flickr, Instagram, Dribble, 500 pixels. But I'm going to select an image that's already been uploaded. Give it a second to load. There it is. Now, it's not exactly formatted how I like, so I'm going to select the image. I'm going to click on that little edit button here. You can see there's no alignment selected. So I'm going to go ahead and align it left just to make it look a little better. Go ahead and click Update. You can see it's much better there, left align. Now you can drag and drop the corners of the image to resize it. That's a little too big. I'm going to go back a little bit closer to the original size there. Maybe a little smaller. There we go. That looks pretty good. And if you want, you can delete the image by clicking that X. Let's go ahead and click Update. And now that it's loaded, you'll notice that there's a message saying that the page has been updated with a link to view the page. So this only shows up when you're editing any of the pages in the All Pages menu. So we can go ahead and click on that, and it'll take us directly to the page. Open that up in a new tab. Let's see what it looks like here. Very good. So we have our story page. We have the example Greek text here, and we have the image that we uploaded. So it's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and look at that home page here so we can see everything that we've added. So we have our beautiful bridesmaids that we've uploaded. And then the groomsmen, remember, we haven't touched those yet. For example's sake, I didn't bother going through that. Then we have our photo slider, and then there's those registries that we uploaded. So when you click on that, it takes you directly to the URL. So obviously I just have it going to target.com, but for you it would go to your unique wedding registry. Then you have a button that goes to the RSVP page. So things are looking pretty good. However, there's some more customizing I'd like to do. A few more things I'd like to update. So I'm going to go ahead and just click on the name of my site here, and this will take us back to the admin panel of our premium website. So we're back to home base. Now I'd like to update the appearance. So I'm going to go ahead and click Customize here so that we can start editing some colors and fonts and start making it our own. The default fonts and colors look great. However, they're not always perfect for every wedding. So this is where you can customize the colors. Maybe you have a color palette that's picked out, or you'd like your wedding website to match your wedding invitations. This is where you can do that. You can really customize it. So here you have some options on changing those colors. So the background color there, that actually corresponds to that footer. I'm going to go ahead and pick a nice seafoam green here. That looks pretty good. That's good for now. And it may take you a little bit to fine-tune the colors exactly how you want. So it's okay if you take a little time. Let's go ahead and edit that first accent color, which is the header, as well as that button there. Not liking that. Let's see. And there's a nice red color. Let me change that a little bit. And then we'll change the second accent color, which that corresponds to this date icon there. Make that a brighter green. So we'll click Save and Publish to save the results. But I'm not quite done yet. There's some more customization I'd like to do. Go and click Photos. You can see what it looks like on the inside page. Go back to the home page here. Okay, I'll leave that for now. So let's update the font. We have a couple different options for editing the font. We could update the header fonts, the logo fonts, as well as the body fonts. So let's choose something else for the logo font. Something a little bit different. So you can see the examples here. And when you click on one, it updates in the live preview. So you can see exactly what it looks like before you click Save and Publish. So that looks okay. It's a little dull though. I'd like something a little more interesting. So let's keep looking. Okay, we're getting there. I'd still like something a little bit fancier. Let's see what we could do. Here we go. Lobster's a great font, very unique. I like that. I think I'm going to stick with that. Now, the rest of the fonts, the header font and the body font, I think I'm going to keep those the same. However, you can update those and customize those the same way that we did for the logo font. Don't forget to click Save and Publish. Let's see what else we can customize here. So you can change that homepage background there. So this is the one, the placeholder content. I'm going to keep it the same for now. However, you can put an image. Keep in mind, large, high-quality images will look the best. And the action button text and URL, by default, it links to the RSVP page, but you can change that to whatever you'd like. So for example, if you wanted to link to your registries page, you could type something in along the lines of view our registries. We'll go ahead and see what the link is here. Okay, so it's just the word registries. I think I'm satisfied with the way the wedding website looks. However, I do want to update that site title and tagline. So I'm going to change it from John and Sally to, let's make it something a little more unique. Let's get creative. What about, there we go, when John met Sally. So a reference to the movie When Harry Met Sally. And then instead of the tagline, by default, it's going to be a wedding date. However, let's make it something a little more interesting, like our hashtag for Instagram and Twitter. John and Sally 2015. You can see that update in real time, so you can see what it looks like. That looks pretty good. I'm satisfied. Let's go ahead and save and publish that. So I'm going to go ahead and click the X button to go back to the wedding website. Now we're back at our dashboard here. We've updated a lot. Everything is looking good. Let's go and update the image gallery though. So you're going to go to Photo Center and then click on Image Gallery. So we're going to go ahead and click on Engagement Gallery. Now, Engagement Gallery is already linked up to our Photos page with the shortcode. So it's best if you edit that existing gallery instead of deleting it and starting fresh. And I'll explain why in a second here. So go ahead and click on Engagement Gallery. We'll give the images a second to load here on this back end. And then now that those thumbnails have loaded, go ahead and click on Configure. Remember, you can add from these different options here, Facebook, Flickr, Instagram, Dribbble, 500 pixels. But if you want to edit or add photos that have either been already uploaded to your wedding website or you'd like to add new photos, you can go ahead and click Add to Gallery. And Media Library will be photos that have already been uploaded to your premium website. So I'm going to click Upload Files though, because I have some on my computer here with my sample content. I'm going to go ahead and select all of these here. We'll bulk upload them together. So you just drag and drop just like before. And since we're uploading 18 different photos here, it's going to take a minute for these to load. All right, now that those have loaded, they're already all selected here. So I can go ahead and click Add to Gallery. You'll notice the sample placeholder images are still in there. So I'm going to hover over them. I'm going to click X to remove these images. And remove this last one here. And everything looks good. I'm going to click Save Gallery. We'll give it a second to upload and it'll show us a preview of the thumbnails that are in. And go ahead and click Update. All right, now that those have finished updating, you'll notice this window that says Using this gallery. This is important here, and there's a short code here. Now, I mentioned if you're already editing the engagement gallery that already existed as the default content, then you don't need to worry about this. Like we did in this example, we just clicked on Engagement Gallery and just started editing it and removed the sample images. Perhaps, though, if you created a new gallery, you need to pay attention to the shortcode here. You need to actually copy and paste it into a page. So the shortcode for this gallery is already pasted in the Photos page under All Pages. However, if you trash the sample gallery and you create a new one, you'll need to copy and paste that shortcode and paste it into the Photos page or an additional page. For more information, though, on shortcodes, you can go ahead and watch the shortcodes video. It'll give you more information on how to use shortcodes and how they work. But keep in mind, that's very important. It's going to be in the All Pages menu is where you're going to want to paste that shortcode. However, if you're editing the existing gallery, you can disregard everything I'm saying right now. So that shortcodes video is found in the video tutorial section, along with other helpful videos for utilizing your premium website. So let's take a look and see what we created here, all the customizations that we've done. We have our beautiful bridesmaids. We can go ahead and click on Photos. See that gallery. When you click on the image, you'll see it pops open very nicely for us here. And you can either click on the arrows to change photos. You can also click on the image itself. That'll change the next photo. Or you can also use your arrow keys on your keyboard, your left and right arrows, to navigate through the slideshow. So we want to make it as easy as possible for your wedding guests to view your images and have a great experience using your premium website that you've created. So thank you for watching this walkthrough video on how to quickly and easily set up your premium website. There's obviously a lot more customization, a lot more powerful features you can utilize. This is the basic walkthrough on how to get things up and running as quickly as possible. So thanks again for watching this walkthrough video. If you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to navigate to the support center and put it in a support ticket. Also, the video tutorial section, lots of great videos to help you get things off the ground with your premium website. Thanks again, and congratulations on your engagement.